And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I'm just getting a few screens set up. How's it going, Billy Barnes? So, the market never fails to, well, amuse. I was going to use the word excite, but most people are not excited right now. So this is going to be a health check. That being said, I'm gonna have to limit this live stream, so I will be sort of timing myself on this one because we do have guests coming over. But I didn't want to leave you guys dry because, well, we've been doing a lot of live streams, right? And I'd hate to just disappear, especially when markets are dumping. It's just not a Mango thing to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my timer first, and then we can begin. Okay, begin, Krisha. 25. All right, 3, 2, 1. Cue intro. Dun, 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 dun. Now, in most circumstances, I'd usually wait for the crowd to gather, but today we're going to be jumping right in. Okay, now I named this one Health Check, as many of our live streams are named Health Check. Because I think if there's any moment that, you know, the market needs a health check, it's now, right? People are scared, rightfully so, right? We're seeing these crazy sort of dumps across the board. And more importantly, everyone thought that, hey, we're getting into altcoin season. In fact, I even put up a poll in one of the previous live streams asking you guys, what do you think? Is it going to be altcoin season or not? And I was surprised, like I think majority was leaning towards altcoin season, and it was not just you guys, okay? I want it to be very, very clear. I'm not trying to say that, okay, you guys, because all of you guys said that, hey, altcoin season, you know, just go against that grain. No, it was not just you guys. Much of the market, I'm talking about a lot of analysts on YouTube, on Twitter as well, people calling, hey, altcoin season. Right? However, we never really got the right signals, and that's something that I did go over in the previous live streams. We're looking for a certain setup, which we never really got. But does this mean that there is no altcoin season whatsoever? Have all the systems broken for that thesis to play out? Absolutely not. Okay, which is why I've come out here to give you guys a quick check and a quick reminder as to the pictures right now, the time frames right now that are the most important. Okay, I'm just going to go through the chat. Guys, just give me a thumbs up if the audio is okay. I don't want to sort of go on with everything without the audio being okay. So give me a thumbs up on that. And then we're gonna start off with this beautiful grid that you see on my chart, which is on my screen, which is Bitcoin seasonality. Billy Barnes, he's like, take your time, brother. It's not Sean today, it's me today. But Sean will be giving you guys an update. In the next week. It's going to be a very, very busy week for us. We got a lot of administrative things to deal with, and more importantly, we have quite a bit of family coming over. Okay, so just give me a heads up on the audio, just thumbs, not a heads up, a thumbs up on the audio. I'll wait. No thumbs? You guys cannot hear me? You guys can't hear me today? What's going on? Or is my chat just lagging? Okay, because I'm running out of time, I'm just gonna go on with it. Alrighty. Okay, let's just get into the grid. I cannot wait this time around. as far as the grid is concerned, guys, this is Bitcoin seasonality. Now, we're officially entered the month of August, right? This is August. Now, year over year, this sort of gives us a good sort of visual on how Bitcoin has performed in the month of August on a yearly basis, spanning from 2013 to 2025. And if we look at the month of August, okay, so majority, okay, probability, if you're just looking at the probability of, okay, are we going to lean green, are we going to lean red, it appears that August is often a down month for Bitcoin. Okay, that being said, so there's another, while yes, seasonality shows that it's not a surprise that August is a red month. First of all, this should give people that, okay, it should give people pause and that, okay, this is not out of the ordinary, right? But more importantly, there's another system that we've been looking at specifically in the Mango Seed program, and the mastermind calls have been presenting this program, this sort of system that I found on Bitcoin relative to another indicator that shows that, okay, September, we might be, based on the system, we might be heading into a top in September, right? A local top. I'm not gonna call top, but a local top in September. So that being said, given the entire system, given the entire picture so far, I'm saying that while yes, we're only 2 days into the month of August, while yes, the month of August currently is recorded as a red month, okay, this can change very, very, very rapidly. So to get stuck in the mindset of, you know, it's bearish, it's dumped, we're not getting the altcoin season, Bitcoin's not going to recover because of XYZ, tariffs, war, nuclear war, all of that stuff. I say don't jump the gun on that just yet. There's going to be a lot of noise around you, a lot of noise, all right? But the only thing that's going to matter right now is the charts. Alrighty. So if you're looking at just seasonality, what this is really telling you is that, hey, this is not out of the ordinary, okay? Even if it does end up being a red month, it's not like that big a deal. What is going to be a big deal, okay, especially for the health check of the overall market, is to determine if we're still within the bull run parameters or not. Right, so that's the first question I want you guys to ask yourself if you're ever getting spooked out. Has the bull run signature broken? Okay, now if we're just looking at that aspect of things, has the bull run signature broken? Okay, now this is once again one of the major systems that we're dealing with, the linear exponential phase. We're still within the linear phase for Bitcoin, right? But if I just knock off all the drawings and I go ahead and get on over to the bi-weekly time frame, we've been looking at a specific indicator here, which is none other than the Mango dynamic. Throughout the entirety of the bull run, apologies. Okay, there we go. Fumbling today on my indicators. Yeah, but throughout the entirety of the bull run, we have been holding that bi-weekly dynamic support. This is the number one indicator that we have been discussing over, well, since 2023. Ever since we actually managed to reclaim that, Sean came out and actually posted his thesis on Twitter as well as on the Discord chat, telling you guys that, hey, now's the time to be allocating. All right, and in fact, on every 6-month dip that we saw Bitcoin actually have, 6 months, there was a lot of blood here, there was a lot of apprehension here, but, you know, Mango said that no, for as long as we're holding the bull run indicator, we're A-okay. Question here now, okay, as far as the health check of the bull market is concerned, are we still holding that key region of support, marking out the bull cycle? Yes, we are. Okay, so this is still very, very much intact. All right, the second thing that we were looking at was none other than the 10 simple moving average, but on the monthly time frame. All right, where is price relative to the monthly 10 simple moving average? Once again, we're hugging it really, really tight. This is trending very well on that 10 simple moving average, telling us that, okay, this is a linear trend so far. Okay, not out of equilibrium, because if you notice on every other single bull run, every time we did get that exponential phase, let's go ahead and bring up the drawings once again. On every single exponential phase, you can see how price was completely out of equilibrium with the 10 simple moving average on every single peak that we've had, right? The peak right here, this was the bull market of 2013, November 2013, 1,100, but you can see the disequilibrium right there. Right? If you look at the peak of $20,000, the 10 simple moving average was at $4,000, 4.5K. Bitcoin is sitting at $20,000. The 10 simple moving average was at $4,500. All right, this is not the 200, this is the 10 simple moving average. You'd expect it's a fast moving average, right? 10 days. All right, this right here was April 20, so this was the previous bull run of 2021. Price made its way all the way up to 70, I believe the high was $69,000. But even if you look at the peak right here, right, we got up to around $62,000, then 10 simple moving average was sitting at $30,000, so 50% away from where price was at, right? Fast forward to this bull run, and you can see now how while, yes, we're seeing the pullback, things are not out of it's not in this region, this phase of disequilibrium. Is the stream okay? I'm getting like a question mark. Peter X, can you guys hear me? Okay, give me a second. Let me just grab another device. I don't know why this is just crapping on me right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. This really sucks, like, for the past couple of days now. I told myself that I'd fix my LAN connection before I got into the next live stream. But yeah, it's been a busy past couple of days. So never really got around to doing that, but I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. All right, yeah, like, for me, it's just completely lagging. Like, I don't see the chat at all. Okay, now I see the chat. I just put it on my phone. Okie dokes. All right, this is gonna have to do. My bad, guys. My bad. Okay, I don't want to hear my voice. Jeez, Krisha. Shut up. Okay, we're back. Clearly it's running, but yeah. Have you lost him? Everyone can hear you. Okay, no. Jeez, space ZYX. Don't be so mean. Well, I know people can hear me. It's just that I cannot see you guys, so I cannot even see the chat, so I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. So anyways, I got another visual on this. But anywho, coming back on over to, well, Bitcoin, right? Once again, not in this region of disequilibrium. This cycle is intact. Bull run still intact. We're A-okay here. Okay, so as far as the scare is concerned, this is not the time to get scared. This might very well, in fact, be opportunity, so keep your eyes open for this. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, well, once again, if we're even looking at Bitcoin's trajectory, we're still looking at those crazy bull run targets, right? I've been calling them crazy bull run targets, but I don't want to sort of, I don't want to give you guys, I don't want to, I don't want to build it up too much, right? We have drawn out the system based on historic price action, based on historic analysis. Yeah. What? Okay, there appears to be confusion. Sean just walked into my room and he's just like, are you live? We're all waiting on a different live stream. Was it a different link then? I'm not sure what happened. Like, I just clicked on one link. Okay, it's good. Morning. Okay, sweet. Man, so many terrible technical difficulties past couple of live streams. But I'm going to go on now. As far as the target system is concerned, I'm still looking at the same targets, okay? Nothing has changed in this regard. We're seeing a minor pullback. And now you can look at this on the bi-weekly time frame, right? Like, you look at this pullback that Bitcoin has seen, it's not much. Like, it's still within the volatility range that we have been in now for the past, I don't know, couple of months now, since March, right? So this is not out of the ordinary. What's happening here is that people's expectations were that, hey, Bitcoin is going to shoot, altcoins are going to shoot, we're heading into altcoin season, and then bam, expectations get set, it gets checked. All right, so that's often where the surprise really comes in. So you always got to ask yourself, are you prepared for the move, for expectations going against you, or rather the market going against your expectations? You always got to look at your trades and see how you can prepare for that outcome as well. Okay, that's a part of trading. This is all probabilities, no certainties here. Okay, so as far as this is concerned, this is still very, very healthy. We almost got up to the midpoint here at 130. I still think we can get there. I don't think this bull run is over. As far as tests are concerned, I won't be surprised if Bitcoin comes down to test 110. All right, so this was the previous highs on the range. So this is the entire range that I'm looking at. We're essentially looking at these wicks right here. Okay, we're looking at this phase right here as well. There we go. Okay, so even coming down, it just seems what this looks like right now, guys. Okay, let's be honest. This looks like a breakout and a retest. Okay, it's a breakout and a frigging retest. Like, just chill, guys. Chill. This might very well be opportunity. Alrighty. So as far as Bitcoin is concerned, bull run intact. Now, what does this mean for the altcoins like XRP, like SUI, like XLM? What does it mean for all of the altcoins? Once again, the altcoins are sort of hinged to what Bitcoin is doing at any given point in time. Where are we in the cycle? The bull market and bear market is hinged on Bitcoin. I look at Bitcoin as the index of the crypto sphere. Okay, for as long as Bitcoin is within its bull run parameters, I'm saying altcoins still have a good opportunity to actually start rallying. Okay, now as far as XRP is concerned, let's get into XRP very quickly. Okay, this is my XRP chart. XRP, guys, listen up. Okay, now we were looking at the daily time frame. In the previous live stream, if you guys remember, we were looking at the daily dynamic. I said, hey, as soon as XRP loses that dynamic support, that is your signal to get out of any of the swing trades you're in, especially if it's hinged on the dynamic. Right? That's why your indicators are there, to keep you safe on your trades, to help you check your biases. Because I get it, a lot of people, they're bullish. They get very, very bullish. They almost get married to the asset. They don't think it can ever come down. Right? So that's where you need a bias check. Learn to identify when you are too attached to a coin and when you might need a bias check. Right? So if you're in that sort of relationship with any of your assets, number one, not recommended. Try and sort of take a step back and reflect on those trades. Number two, if you are in those shoes, rather, find yourself something. Now, it doesn't have to be the dynamic. Freaking get something else. I don't care what you get. Find an indicator. Okay, find a tool that will help you check your biases. All right. So dynamic is one for us. I said, hey, we lose the daily dynamic. There's a good chance we're coming down to tap this blue zone right here. Guys, it's the same drawing from the last live stream. Same drawings from the last live stream. Okay, what is the blue zone here? Well, that was the weekly dynamic support. Okay, you can see that we had the entire range drawn out. I started from the start bidding zone right here at around $2.81, going all the way down. Okay, I had another one, $2.59. But I can actually stretch this. Do I see XRP coming all the way down here? That would be a nice bid. That would be a really nice bid. Oh man. Yes. This might very well be a gift for those of you who were left out of your XRP positions. Okay. If you are still looking to build on your XRP, I say get greedy on the bid. If you can score the weekly dynamic. Guys, the weekly has been clutch. It didn't just help you tremendously in this bull run, but every single bull run that XRP has ever had. Okay, because here's the thing, like I said, bias check, right? You treat it the same way like you would the daily, right? You get in, when you take a trade, all right? What do you want? What's your expectation? Well, you want to make money, right? You take the trade hoping that it's going to go up, right? But that's all you can do is hope and pray. You're playing the probabilities at one point. You're like, no, bull run. Okay, no, this seems to be a good bounce zone. I think I'm going to take the trade here because I can make money, right? But you can build a thesis for yourself. That thesis is hinged on a probability. There are no certainties in this. However, you cannot control how an asset reacts. That is completely out of your control. All right? But what you can control are always going to be your losses. Okay, remember that. What you always will have control over is your losses. Now, when you see a good bid opportunity, like the one on the weekly for XRP, on the weekly dynamic, right? What happens when you score those bids on the weekly is that managing that loss is like, it's so simple, all right? It's almost like if you lose that weekly dynamic, you know that, hey, it's over. Okay, it's easy. It's easy to rip the Band-Aid off when you know that you're wrong so fast, and also taking a minimal loss, okay, compared to any person who jumped in right here thinking, hey, XRP is breaking out, we're going to the moon, okay, we're going to the moon, I'm gonna take the trade right there, and now they're sitting through the bleed. Okay, so now think about it. Anyone who jumped in right there, they're already down a good 21%. Do you think they're in the mental space right now to wonder to actually add to their positions? Even though they should technically be adding here, right? Considering it's weekly support. Do you think they're in the mental space right now? No, they're not. They've sort of lost all that mental equity. Right, that emotional and mental equity. The thing about trading is that it's an emotional game as much as it is a game of probabilities. You got to help yourself. You got to help your trading psyche. All right. So when you catch your bids on weekly dynamic, things like the weekly levels, macro levels, cyclical levels, what happens there, okay, is that it's like a stress-free trade. Because if it breaks, you know so fast. And also, more importantly, you are getting out with the most minimal loss possible. All right. Now, even though the person actually riding this loss to the downside, they're sitting in the red right now. Okay, they're sitting in the red right now. They're not supposed to be selling. Okay, or rather, I don't want to say they're not supposed to be selling. They should be considering buying in this region. However, they no longer have the mental equity. Okay, but now I ask you a question. All the traders that bought in right here thinking prices are going to go up, are they wrong? Are they wrong? No. Prices could still very well rally from here all the way up to $4, right? And they could be right. They could be completely right on the fact that, hey, prices are going to bounce from here. Prices are going to rally from here. But they don't have that much juice to sit through the dump. Okay, they're worried. Think of the mindset. Think of the mindset here. They're worried right now, right? So I feel like XRP has reached this level where it's tapped a bit of fear. People who bought the breakout right now, okay, this was the breakout on XRP at $3. Remember, XRP took out these highs right here. These highs right here. So people probably bought the breakout. And now they're all getting liquidated to the downside. Okay, that's what's happening. Now, think about liquidations, guys. If someone is bought and they're getting liquidated right now, what's happening? Well, they're forced sells. Okay, it's a forced selling mechanism, right? The forced selling is where you can come in and take advantage of it in case you're looking to be a buyer, which is why when you're seeing these liquidation events, it's a good time to be getting greedy on those bits. Okay, because of the forced sells. Is XRP cooked? I think Sean's put in a poll right there. What did 3 Diglets say? How's it going, 3 Diglets? Okay, I'm so glad I can see the chat now. XRP is cooked. Sell, sell, sell. No, gotta be. Guys, remember. Zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. This is one of the most profound things, sayings in the world of trading. When in doubt, zoom out. This is one of the ones I heard in the very first cycle, although all the way at the end, it was freaking bear market territory. Like, when in doubt, zoom out. Well, the zoom out is not helping. I'm still in doubt. But no, when you're in a bull market and the signature is clearly sticking, okay, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it if you zoom out here. Okay, I'm gonna switch everything off. If you zoom out here, does this? Come on, Krisha, get your tools right. doesn't look all that bad. It's like people want to see the volatility to the upside. Everyone's really happy when the volatility steps into the upside, but no one wants to see the volatility to the downside. But the truth of the matter is that the same volatility that you're going to see to the upside, you're going to see the same thing to the downside as well. All right. So you got to prepare for that eventuality. Yes, that's how it usually works. However, you can see the same volatility to the downside without it even breaking structure. And I feel like XRP is in that phase right now. It's seeing that crazy vol to the downside, but it hasn't broken structure. Okay, throughout this entire trend, it literally, I kid you not, guys, it's got to break this low right here. Okay, consider an actual trend. Your trends, how do they move? How do your trends move? They move like this. Move like this. For the trend to break, price has to basically take out this low right here, okay? This low. XRP has not done that right now, okay? For XRP to actually properly break trend, it's got to break $1.98. Okay, so right now what we could be seeing is XRP coming down to put in its next higher low on the trend it's trying to establish right now. So remember that. Now's not the time to get spooked out on XRP. XRP, in my opinion, still looks good. This might very well be coming down to put in a higher low. Let's also get into the dashboard. By the way, in the previous live stream, we were going through many of the dashboard trend and volatility calls that we're seeing here. And notice, many of the trends showed short on the lower time frames, and the volatility was really healthy, if you guys remember, right? So the dashboard was literally telling us, flashing, saying that, yo, we could very well see this come down even further on your lower time frames. Brace yourself. If you're looking for a better bid, hey, you might just be rewarded if you were patient on it. There's my timer. Okay. I told myself I'll time this. Okay, I'm gonna go for another 5 minutes. It's like a short break. Okay, so as far as XRP on the dashboard, you'll find the dashboard, by the way, on app.mangoresearch.co. So for three diglets, XRP is not cooked. I don't think it's cooked at all. All right, if you're really, really looking at it, you gotta question the entire picture. The same volatility that you see to the upside is the same vol that you can see to the downside. Do not fade the entire structure. Don't fade the volatility. More importantly, do not fade the cyclical indicator that's helped us stay on the right side of XRP through all of the cycles that it has stood the test of time of. Okay, so honestly, I think it's good. Okay, this might very well be the higher low that we're seeing right now, which we needed. You need to understand, for these trends to be sustainable, if we want to see those crazy targets, we need a good trend. We need a sustainable trend. It needs to look healthy, right? It cannot just be like, imagine, okay, just imagine if XRP just did something like, whoop. Do you think we're getting up to $15, $23? No, it's an unhealthy freaking rally. All right, you want the band to go like expand, contract, right? That's when you can expand once more. When you see the expansion, the contraction, from a contractor, you can expand once again. But when it's already expanded, try pulling at it more. It's gonna snap, right? So markets, price action is something very, very similar. You gotta liquidate, you gotta get them to sell, they'll buy back. Can I vote on this? Is XRP cooked? Nope, it's not. Nope, it's not. Voted. It's not cooked. Okay, dashboard. Okay, so right now what the dashboard is telling us, do we see more downside? The dashboard is saying yes, we do. 4 hours to the daily, shorts across the board. However, look at the volatility, 38, 67, 55. I'm saying that, okay, the XRP bears still have a bit more juice left in them to take this down. All right, so as far as bids are concerned, guys, once again, you have the entire zone here. You can get greedy, okay? I say get greedy. If you can get greedy, get greedy. But this right now is the range. For those of you who actually have access to the Mango Dashboard Premium, Sean posted a video not too long ago telling you guys how you can sort of split your bids in a healthy manner just on the dynamic, basically on a range. Any range that you're looking at doesn't have to be dynamic, right? How do you really DCA into a trade? All right, so right now this range comes in from around $2.78 going all the way down to the top of the dynamic. This is at $2.52. So if you can get $2.52, nothing like it, nothing like it. So is this where we are resetting the new low? I think so, Ant B. Like, think about it. You want a good trend. Okay, does this weekly trend look like it's broken? It's not. Like, it literally has to take out this low right here. Now imagine, okay, just imagine XRP shooting, all right, and this was the only low it had established. Now think about it. To break this trend, it needs to freaking drop past $1.98. Makes no sense. Like, it's not a sustainable one. Yeah, I have it timed. Sean's giving me a cutoff. Okay, so XRP guys, just chill. You're getting a good healthy pullback here. All right, you have the parameters. I'm only gonna turn bearish on XRP. I'm only gonna turn bearish on XRP once I start seeing, okay, weekly. So you see these candles here, they're weekly candles. Each candle is 7 days. If I start seeing weekly candles close underneath the dynamic support, write this down. Write this down now. Weekly candle closes underneath $2.41. This range moves as soon as we start seeing more momentum. Okay, so if the range changes, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to give you guys the new numbers. Now, it's not normal for it to change drastically. You can see that since like November, it's been pretty much like it's been a good trend. It's been a positive slope, but a very, very minuscule sort of change. Okay, if there is any change, I'm going to come out here and give you guys the new levels. However, for now, the bottom of the range comes in at $2.41. Write it down. Okay, weekly closes under 241 as of now equals bearish territory, bear market. Okay, are we there yet? Frigging no. Follow the system. Every time you say this time is different, it's not different. Okay, so just chill out. Chill out. Okay, we got some liquidations here. Damn, that's my timer again. I talk too much. Stop. Okay, and I said one last one, which was SUI. We're going to go over SUI very, very quickly. Speaking of SUI, guys, I wanted to bring up SUI primarily because I want to give Sean, like, crazy, crazy props. You know, a lot of times you're going to find traders out there, all they want to do is show off their wins. Okay, they want all their trades. They come out there and they give you guys the wins, right? But the thing about trading is that you're not always winning. You're not. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic to be always winning, all right? The thing is that the art of trading and being a good trader, being a really, really successful trader, is knowing when to just cut your position. Sean came out, okay, he gave you guys 2 videos on SUI. The first one, this was the first one right here, which was done 6 days ago. Okay, then he followed up on, he gave you guys a follow-up, let's say, an update on that trade 4 days later. Okay. And he noticed that, hey, he's been invalidated on the trade. One thing I love about Sean, and I've yet to learn from him, I'm still learning, I'm in that process, is that when he's invalidated, cut the damn trade. He just drops it. No. He comes in and he's like, done. Cut it. Okay, he's very, very quick to execute. He's very good at sort of having his trade plan. He comes out here, he's very honest with you guys. He's honest about the trade setup that he sees, but he's also honest when he's cutting the trade. He's honest when he cuts it. Okay, there's so much that you guys can learn from him in terms of risk management, because the thing is that, guys, you know, you can have amazing entries, you can have amazing entries. If your risk management sucks, okay, your entries don't matter, because you're likely not going to be profitable. You're not going to know when it's time to be taking profits off the table, when it's time to be cutting your losses. Remember, the only thing you're ever going to have control over is always going to be your loss. And Sean teaches you that in such a brilliant way. He's very, very honest with you guys. All right, so if you guys have not watched, there's so many lessons, profound lessons that you can just learn from his videos. All right, the way he dissects the chart, his mindset, even when he's cutting the trade, you get a visual on how he's thinking. Right, so go ahead and give it a watch. It's like it's a whole educational content piece right there for you to learn from. Okay, and it's the only thing for people who've been in the world of trading for a very long time. You guys know it's the only thing that matters ultimately. Okay, more than your bids, more than your targets, more than all of this, you know, it's the risk management. Okay, so go ahead and watch that. In fact, one better, if you guys are looking to sort of really, really level up when it comes to your trading, I cannot recommend the Seed program enough. Get into the description. You're going to find the link to the program led by Sean, themangoway.com/seed, but go through the curriculum. Like, it's extensive, okay? Not extensive. Extensive is the wrong word. It's comprehensive, but it'll help you trade every single market. Crypto, TradFi, and any other market and emerging tech that there is to come. All right, you're going to see the space through a different visual and a lens altogether. All right, so go ahead, check it out, and also one better, just talk to the seedlings, get into the Discord chat. Also get into the Discord chat because there's some crazy conversations going on, great conversations. Healthy, not healthy, but very feel-good conversations. I like the conversations going on right now in the Discord chat, themangoway.com/discord. Okay, so if you're looking for a fun community, especially during this time where the markets are bleeding and you just need that support, they've been very, very supportive. Everyone's having some really healthy discussions in there. So go ahead and check it out. Always good, always good. Always good to have a good community, but no toxicity in there. So if there's any toxicity, guys, we cut that off, okay? We cut it off. No toxicity in the grove. Kakperek, did I say that right? He says bear market is here. I don't think so. I don't think the bear market is here. I don't think bear market is here. Okay, Sui. Sean, I believe you were looking at the daily for Sui. Yeah, look at that. He kept it so simple. He got off right at the daily. He got off right here. He literally came out and he's like, guys, I'm getting out. It's broken. So it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Okay, he came out here and he told you guys that he's getting out because, hey, this picture is not looking good anymore. You gotta follow traders who are willing to cut their losses really, really fast because those gems are very rare. They're only gonna tell you about the wins, when to get in. No one really comes in and tells you when to get out. All right, so just pay attention. Go ahead and watch those videos. Even if you're not trading SUI, you're trading something else, you're trading XRP, you're trading XLM, just go and watch that video because there's a lot that you can take from that video and then employ on your XRP and XLM and ADA trades, okay, and Dogecoin trades. So go ahead and watch that. Right now, SUI, guys, has lost the daily dynamic. This looks like it's coming down even further. We got a bit of a trend here, eh? I think I drew out something not too long ago. Or was this you, Sean? Was this you drawing out on my chart? But yeah, we have a really macro trend here. If you're just looking at the bottom trend line. And also that lines up with the weekly position manager level at the end bidding zone from here, right? $2.93. All of this will come down, but notice, once again, it's the same story as XRP. All of this sort of just went up, right? It was just green on green on green. There's no higher low here on any of your weeklies. Okay, so this might very well be coming down to set in a higher low. I want you guys to keep your eyes peeled on your macro signatures right now. The only time frame that is going to matter, I don't care what coin you're trading, is the weekly or the monthly time frame. Look at the bull run signature hinged on Bitcoin. Get into your altcoins. Zoom out weekly. Where are you relative to the structure? Where are you relative to its bull market signatures here? All right. XRP2, we're coming down to that weekly dynamic support. I think this could actually come down to the trend line right here, 294. Okay, get greedy on your bids. There's liquidation events going on. Okay, that's sale. That's crypto sale for you. Okay, but don't go if you're leverage trading. Okay, say you see this bleed here. Okay, you see all red. Okay, if it's a volatile bleed, you can see price moving on your lower time frames. It's volatile. If you're leverage trading that, you be careful, okay? Because the market can take you out if you're not careful and you don't have your risk management pat down. So as far as this opportunity is concerned, I personally don't like leverage trading volatile breaks, but I will come in on my spot bids. You can leverage trade only if you got your risk management pat down. Otherwise, if you're just new to the entire space, not recommended whatsoever. You would be catching a falling knife. Okay, you're gonna get hurt if you're not careful. That's gonna cut you. The worst is when it cuts your hand enough for all of your equity to just fall right off. 12-hour was clean. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think it was the 12-hour, right, Sean? 12-hour, not daily. Sean's was the 12-hour. He says not the daily, it was a 12-hour break of the dynamic. That makes more sense because that video, Sean, was done 4 days ago. But it also really worked well on the daily. Say you missed the 12-hour. It even worked well on the daily, eh? Yeah, break on the 12-hour, retest. This actually was so, like, giving. It's like, don't worry, you missed, we're breaking, guys. You missed the break. I'll give you a retest for you to get out safely. And voila. All right. Okay. I'm gonna have to, like I said, we got guests coming over. I said XRP, Bitcoin, I did SUI. I know some of you guys want Doge and ADA, but I'm gonna have to cut it here, guys. I'm really, really sorry. But what I will do, though, is I'm gonna try and post daily videos, daily updates on ADA, as well as Doge. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on that. And any questions, guys? Matt says XLM. Man, okay, I'm just gonna do, Sean's gonna kill me. XLM coming down to the weekly, gun for weekly. Okay, weekly retest. Once again, same thing. Look at your weekly trend. Okay, weekly thing comes in at 34 cents down to 32 cents. All right. That's the bid. Okay, remember your trends. Trends move like this, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it goes up in one straight line, okay, when does the trend break? It's got to break this low right here. Not healthy. Remember, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. All right, this is healthy movement. I'm gonna hit my face. All right, that's the trade. Okay, ADA very quickly, just in case I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it tomorrow. ADA weekly 67 cents. No, ADA, I'm gonna have to do a separate update for you guys. I'll do a separate update for you guys. Okay, but thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in once again. Now's not the time to fear because this could very well be opportunity. My systems are showing me now, for those doing the seed program, there was a 6 system that I presented in the mastermind chat, in the mastermind call. So if you did not catch that recording, go ahead and watch it because it's been really good this cycle. Like, really, really good in calling the next tops. Okay, so go ahead and give that a watch. But based on that system, I'm saying there is more juice to go. Okay, so now's not the time to fear. Look for opportunities. Keep your head straight on. And if you need a community to join, just to bounce ideas off of, to bounce trade setups and trade theses off of, get into the Discord chat. themangoway.com/Discord is where you're going to find us. Link in the description below. Now with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the Mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.